Welcome to the Therapeutic Lifestyle Change Program, or TLC. I'm Dr. Stephen Aldana. As a professor of lifestyle medicine, I've written over 75 scientific articles and 7 books on the ability of a healthy lifestyle to prevent, arrest, and even reverse many chronic diseases. I've devoted my career to helping people like you adopt and maintain healthy behaviors, and that is what this program is all about. TLC has been designed to help you transform your health and improve your life. To help you get the most out of TLC, I have invited 2 experts to help you learn important, life-changing principles. This is Dana Gerald, and this is Charla Cochran. You'll hear from them in just a little bit. But first, some background. Take a look at this map. It shows the percentage of adults in the United States that are clinically obese in 1985. The dark blue states on this map show that in 1985, 10 to 14% of the adults were clinically obese. As the years advance, you'll notice that many states gradually become darker, which means increasing obesity rates. In 1997, yellow was used to highlight the states with greater than 20% obesity rates among their adults. Eventually, red was used to represent the states with the rates greater than 35%. It looks a lot worse in the Deep South, but as you can see, the obesity spreads across the entire map. In the 30-plus years represented by these maps, there's a dramatic increase in the percentage of adults that are clinically obese. There's another way to look at this trend. This graph shows that over the last 50 years, the percentage of the U.S. population that is overweight has increased every year and is projected to get even worse. But look at the data from other countries like England, Canada, Austria, France, Korea, and Brazil. Obesity is increasing in all of these countries as well. This is not just a U.S. problem, it's a global problem. Excess weight increases the odds of chronic disease and early death. Individuals who are obese die 7 years earlier than those who are not. Excess body weight also leads directly to the increase of type 2 diabetes. Here is another set of maps that show changes in diabetes from 1994 to 2013. Just like the obesity maps, the darker the color, the higher the prevalence of diabetes. Each year, more U.S. adults become type 2 diabetic. In the least healthy states, over 10% of adults had type 2 diabetes. Poor eating and physical activity habits have a direct impact on the development of chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes. All of this results in a dramatically shorter lifespan. Those with type 2 diabetes will die 12 to 14 years earlier than those without diabetes. This last map shows life expectancy in every county in the United States. It's interesting that the maps for life expectancy are almost identical to the maps for obesity and diabetes. This is because the 3 are connected. Similar maps have been created for Mexico or South America, the Caribbean, Africa, and the Middle East. This is because other countries in the world are quickly adopting our Western way of living. Lifestyle has a big impact on death rates. The most common cause of death is heart disease, followed by cancer. Of all the deaths that occur, over 70% are lifestyle related. These deaths are premature because people eat the wrong kinds of food, they use tobacco products, or they don't move around enough. Many assume that a normal body weight somehow automatically means good health. This is an easy mistake to make. And while it is true that excess body weight and body fat increase the risk for diseases and early death, this does not mean that a lack of extra body weight equals good health. In fact, a poor diet and lack of physical activity increases health risks for individuals. Researchers have studied large groups of people from all over the world. These studies include hundreds of thousands of individuals. The researchers gather data from each person, and then they let them go live their lives. After several decades, the researchers locate these same individuals again and see who is still alive, who is healthy, and who is not. These large studies allow us to see the impact of a healthy lifestyle. Eating unhealthy foods, failing to get adequate physical activity or using tobacco directly causes about 70% of all strokes. The same is true for 71% of all cancers, 83% of all cases of heart disease, and 91% of all type 2 diabetes. This all shows that when and how death occurs is mostly a function of lifestyle. The truth is, most chronic disease and death is not an act of God or the result of genetics. 70 to 90% of all chronic diseases are caused by unhealthy lifestyles. Genetics do contribute, but the influence is really small compared to the impact of lifestyle choices. Since 70 to 91% of the 4 most prevalent chronic diseases are the result of lifestyle, this means they can be prevented. So let me summarize. In the United States and most westernized countries of the world, levels of diabetes, obesity have never been higher, and these changes have occurred in a relatively short amount of time, less than 50 years. All this begs the question, what has changed? What happened within families, communities, neighborhoods, and workplaces that caused such dramatic increases in body weight and diabetes rates? Well, I'm happy to say that scientists know exactly what the problem is. Culture has changed. There is more fast food available now than ever before. Society is mobile, and most meals are consumed outside the home, which means fast food in most cases. Foods consumed outside the home include fewer fruits and vegetables, fewer whole grains, and more saturated fat and added sugars. Also, our food is served in larger and larger quantities. Not only has the quantity increased, but the quality of the food has changed as well. More foods today than ever before are highly processed, loads of added sugar, salt, and fat. We eat more sugars, fat, and cheese than ever before. In 2000, the average person consumed 80 pounds of corn syrup, 70 pounds of added fats, and 30 pounds of cheese. The consumer appetite for salt, fat, and sugar has led food producers and restaurants to dramatically increase the amount of these ingredients in their foods. Too many U.S. citizens consume foods that have been highly processed. These foods have almost no resemblance to their natural form. Corn, for example, can be cooked in a variety of ways. But when it's highly processed, has lots of sugar added, and formed into different shapes, it becomes a breakfast cereal that is far removed from corn in its natural state. Highly processed foods include additives such as preservatives, colorings, and other chemicals, all of which decrease the food quality. Today, we eat more low-quality food away from home, but changes in our eating habits are only part of the problem. Physical activity patterns have also changed. Many people spend considerable amounts of time sitting in a car, or on a bus, or on a train. Many jobs now require employees to be seated all day at a desk. Even neighborhoods have been engineered so that the opportunities to be physically active have been greatly reduced. Without regular physical activity, we can dramatically increase our chances of getting chronic diseases or experiencing premature death. The solution to this problem is really pretty obvious. To have a long, healthy life, free from chronic diseases, these cultural trends need to be reversed. I've spent my entire adult life studying the effects of a healthy diet, regular activity, and tobacco avoidance on good health. When these 3 behaviors are adopted and maintained, they nearly always result in good health and a high-quality life. TLC was designed to help you, your friends, and your family members adopt and maintain healthy behaviors for life. Healthy behaviors lead directly to reduced health risks. When you eat more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, your blood pressure and blood glucose levels will improve. Once your health risks improve, your odds of suffering from a chronic disease drop dramatically. Now, you're not the first person to do the TLC program. A few years ago, I conducted a randomized clinical trial with over 300 people just like you who were part of a TLC program. Half of the people participated in the program, the other half waited for 6 months before they could participate. The TLC program participants learned why and how to have a healthy lifestyle. Participants dramatically improved the number of daily fruit, vegetable, and whole grain servings. They reduced their intake of saturated fat. They also increased their physical activity by 25%. All of this occurred in as little as 6 weeks, and they maintained these changes for 6 months, 12 months, and even longer than 18 months. Now, this is amazing. Participants learned how to successfully adopt and maintain healthy lifestyles. Their diets changed, and their physical activity habits improved. But it gets better. The individuals who participated in this program who were at risk at baseline saw significant decreases in hypertension, high blood cholesterol, and high blood glucose. Most of the participants demonstrated significant weight loss as well. This study has been reported in multiple scientific journals. Now, to be honest, not everyone had great results. Some struggled to make the necessary changes in diet and exercise. And I was often asked, Dr. Aldana, how long do I have to do this? The best answer I could think of was, well, how long do you want the benefits? When you stop having a healthy lifestyle, the benefits will also stop. The TLC program is not a pill you can take to magically improve your health. Unfortunately, there is no such magic pill. But there is a proven, effective way for you to change the culture in which you live. The goal of TLC is to help you improve your health while you prevent, arrest, and in some cases, even reverse chronic disease. TLC will help you start taking small daily steps that will eventually transform your health. Even if you spent most of your life with poor health behaviors, it's not too late to start. Here are some before and after pictures of heart arteries from TLC participants. The artery on the left is almost completely blocked, indicating that a massive heart attack is about to happen as the blood supply to the heart muscle is stopped. The same artery is shown on the right after 6 months of aggressive lifestyle change. These changes are not caused by drugs or surgery, but by making simple changes in lifestyle. Adopting and maintaining good nutrition and regular physical activity habits not only stops diseases from getting worse, but in some cases, it can reverse disease. This heart disease reversal is entirely due to TLC, Therapeutic Lifestyle Change. This also proves that you're never too old to change. Today, you have a choice. You can continue with your current lifestyle, which may ultimately lead to chronic disease, poor quality of life, a short retirement, and very possibly premature death. Or you can choose to make some changes. I promise you that when you adopt and maintain a healthy lifestyle, you will reduce your risk for developing chronic diseases and increase your odds of having a longer, healthier life. Let me show you exactly how this happens. For most of us, the average lifespan is about 76 years of age. We can see that on this timeline. Death occurs at approximately 76 years of age, but that death usually is preceded by about 7 years of declining health. This is called end-of-life illness. Throughout our lives, we have illness, injuries, and bumps and bruises of everyday life. But near the end of our lives, we are more likely to experience a critical illness or chronic disease. This timeline is pretty close to what most of us will experience. But what happens to this timeline if you adopt and maintain a healthy lifestyle? With a change in tobacco use and a healthy diet and more physical activity, we can extend life for an additional 10 years or even more. It's difficult to predict exactly how long a lifespan can be extended, but it's much longer than what most of us can expect today. This new way of living still has critical illness at the end of life, such as a heart attack or cancer or stroke, and all of us are going to pass away at some time. However, the difference between the two scenarios is huge. One is where most of us are right now, with life typically ending at age 76. But with a healthy lifestyle, we can extend lifespan for 10 years or more. When we live healthy lifestyles, end-of-life illness is shorter. It's as if the healthy lifestyle helps us have good health clear up until the very end, at which time our health declines very quickly and we pass away. The technical term for this phenomena is compression of morbidity. You'll hear a little bit more about this later on. Compression of morbidity just means that the end-of-life illness will be squeezed into a much shorter period of time. This means that a healthy lifestyle will give you an extra 10 or more years of high-quality life. As you participate, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to improve your nutrition and physical activity habits. TLC, you can change your future. There will never be a better time to improve your health than right now. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll be able to experience all of the benefits that come from having a healthy lifestyle.